The other day, someone asked me what my brand is, and not like what brand of skis I like or the kind of hot dogs I buy, which of course are Vienna beef because go Cubs. It wasn't that at all. It was like what my personal brand is.
Okay, knowing you probably said something like mustachioed skier.
I should have. I wish I had thought of that. I should have said that. I should have said anything rather than not respond, which was a little awkward because I just looked at this human. So the question, it just makes me feel really weird. And I think it's because life, especially if you're a creative or an athlete in the outdoor world, or just like an everyday person with a van and I love to travel, it's kind of been about building this brand that people can buy into, which to me is very, very strange.
So now influencers have to disclose sponsored posts at the beginning of those captions. Well, at least they're supposed to. I've seen a lot where it's still kind of like same old, same old.
These letters were most likely sent to big-time actors and internet celebrities, and probably not sent to like your favorite van lifer or dirtbag, ski bum, climber, mountain biker, kayaker, bro bra, but hopefully it's filtering down into the outdoor world.
Maybe there's bears here. Tomorrow, it's gonna be a Wednesday, and in my experience, hump days are great days to go up big mountains.
Right. And I think that's good because otherwise you don't know where the line is. What is separating the authentic outdoor experience from the sponsored promotion?
Right. And that is why what Louisa Jeffrey told me kind of freaked me out.
Instagram is where authenticity goes to die.
If you're not familiar with the Instagram account You Did Not Sleep There, go check it out immediately. It is hilarious. So Louisa created it, and she uses it to poke fun at the phoniness of the outdoor lifestyle that's often portrayed on social media.
I just started realizing that that kind of stuff exists everywhere, and people are just taking the most ridiculous photos just for the photo. It's just like, it's all the same. Nothing is unique, and everybody is just doing the same thing, but everybody loves it. I think I just started noticing it a lot.
Noticing what?
Just trends in outdoor photography and just ridiculous staged photos, and
what kind of trends?
I guess I should list them. Yeah, like tents that are lit up at night with like a bright light in it, and like a long exposure shot with like the Milky Way in the background and a guy or gal standing there with a headlamp shining into the distance, or a tent on the edge of a cliff. That whatever that rock is in Norway, that was kind of like the one that started it for me, which I don't even know what it's called, to be honest. But people putting tents on that thing and just knowing like that is definitely not a thing that you did, and then meeting people that have been there and been like, yeah, there's tourists like lined up for days to take that photo. So knowing for sure they didn't do it, just face palming, I just don't like the advertising. I don't follow any influencers that I don't know personally. And those that I do, I have a hard time following them because I'm like, I don't want to see this. I want to see what your life is like because you're my friend and I want to know what you're doing. But I don't want to see what you're doing because Kettle Chips paid you to go take a photo with a bag of pepperoncini flavored chips. Does that make sense?
No, it does. I mean, are you saying that there's a certain level of inauthenticity that you're picking up on?
Completely. It's all fake. Everything is, you don't have to be an influencer, whatever that stupid word is that we invented. You don't have to be that person to do that. There's, aspiring influencers. Anyone can be fake on it. And that's the thing that's weird.
Are you thinking as Fitz, or are you thinking as some sort of caricature of a successful person in the outdoor space? Am I doing this because this is what I feels like I should do to impress my peers, or to impress the rest of the world, or to impress the listeners of the Dirtbag Diaries? Like, why am I doing this? When you start to present yourself in this world that generates like the most sort of number of hearts and likes and all that, we lose something. I don't know. In my mind, it's like this moment where you're missing out, because I reserve the right to change my mind, and I reserve my right to grow, and I reserve my right to flip my opinion, even from week to week, because that ultimately, I think, is what makes us interesting as people. Not somebody who's set in stone and always says the same robotic thing over and over again, but the interesting people, the people I want to be surrounded by, the person I want to be. They're capable of growth and evolution. The amazing part of social media and what's happened, whether it's on YouTube, whether it's on Instagram, whether it's on Facebook, whether it's on Twitter, is this democratization and the removal of gatekeepers, right? In my mind, that is a +1. Like, there is a lot to be said for the creativity and the energy that surrounds social media. And I think it's very easy to just be like, well, social media, bad. And that overlooks some really wonderful, interesting, intriguing sides of it. But I think what's happened, as money's entered in and marketers and brands out there see this as an opportunity to get into something real and something where communities happen, you smooth things out. You take off the rough edges, and you start to share this version of this world where the things that make us interesting, those jagged parts of our personality, or the sometimes unreliable, sometimes quirky, sometimes bizarre side, they all get shaved down because people out there with these big followings have a chance to make money. And saying something dumb in that situation could cost them a lot of money. And there's this aversion to taking chances out there. With what you say or how you communicate, and how you would do that would be very differently how you would communicate to your Instagram audience or your YouTube audience than it would be to your friends sitting around on a Friday night on the couch. The scary thing is when that public image really starts to drive what happens when you aren't in front of the public eye, and the choices you make with your life and what to do. That's when all of a sudden this thinking of brands of people, it starts to infiltrate into true creativity and true wonder and the things that make us interesting as people. Dude, brands are fucking boring. Like, I know that there's gonna be some people that maybe I work with that take offense to that, but like, let's just all be honest, is it's not that interesting. But our choices we make, you, Elizabeth, you, Patty, me, I appreciate getting to know you because you guys aren't always the same. And that's magic, and that's wonderful. And I think we could use more of that in the world of creativity and in the world of outdoor sports and everywhere. We could use a little bit more of that, I think, and we'd all be a little bit better off.